So I'm Josh Bergen with Precision Machinery, and what we brought to the filing show here in Kamloops, we wanted to demonstrate one of our lubrication systems and also the benefits of air in the system and whether or not and how our flow control system works. So basic introduction, typical saw guide. This is a surface that your saw is going to be guided by. Most saw guides have 2 or 3 holes or more in them to provide lubrication to the saw for cooling and maintenance of keeping it cool. A lot of times these holes are 3/30 seconds. The smallest that we commonly see are about 1/16. So this is our demonstration to show a 1/16 orifice at 50 psi will pass a gallon of water per minute. So that means if you have, and this guide has 3 holes, but let's pretend it only has 2. If you have 2 1/16 holes on each side of the guide, and you have a 10 guide stack, that's 40 holes total. That's 40 gallons a minute of water to supply that saw guide stack. So we wanted to visually show what that looks like, and what we have here, which hopefully you can see it, but this is set up to imitate what a 10 saw stack would look like. And the holes at the end of these here are equivalent to 4 3/30 second holes. And what you can see happening is water, as people put it, is lazy, and water travels path of least resistance. So half of our stack isn't getting anything. So there's 2 ways to resolve that. On this side over here, we have our flow control system, and you can see it in here. And what our flow control system does, it is a mechanical valve that sits inside the guide, and as flow increases through the valve closes, and as flow decreases, the valve opens up. And what it does is, if we put the right size valve in our guide stack, it'll equalize the flow, so all the guides are getting an even amount of water and oil, even if the water and oil is not sufficient to fully supply the guide stack, say 40 gallons a minute. The other thing we wanted to show is if air is necessary in the system. So I'm going to turn the air on here, and you can see, if you want to take a look at this, you can see how a lot of these are not getting flow right now. So it's going to be a little noisy, but I'll turn this on. I'll turn it off just so you can hear me talk. But what you can see happen there is air takes up volume, and it helps distribute the flow and equalize it throughout the guide stack. So air is a critical component, especially in situations where we don't have enough flow to properly provide for the entire guide stack. The other thing air does is, but air is still a fickle creature, because even when we have air in our system, a very small blockage will prevent the flow of water to that guide. I'll turn it on here again. But we can see even the weight of the column of water prevents the flow of fluid to this guide port. Again, with the flow control system, that problem goes away. So air is a critical component, and if you're going to run with minimal amounts of water, especially northern mills that really want to turn water down, or they want to get drier sawdust, or not northern mills, but all mills really, flow control definitely helps with that.